my child did not hurt her baby, neither did this is just a messed up situation.
Okay.
So I just shook him, just calm down for me, just calm down, calm down, calm down. And he wouldn't calm down, so, and I just rocked him.
On October 3rd, 2024, officers responded to a call about a 3-month-old infant with suspicious life-threatening injuries transported from a residence in East Moline, Illinois, to a Peoria hospital. Following a tip from the Illinois Department of Child and Family Services, the East Moline Police Department identified the infant's father as responsible for the injuries, which left the infant in critical condition, as reported by the police. Officers then arrived at the hospital to talk to the mother's father and doctor.
This case that we're working on right now, I was just wondering, do you live here?
No, it's my daughter you're talking about, and she's in Peoria with her son.
Okay.
So,
Okay, so we got. Do you mind if we step inside so I can kind of fill you on some situations? I don't want your neighbors to be involved or anything like that, because I don't want her business to kind of go out to the apartment complex. So at this time, I'll be honest with you, no one's in trouble. But when an incident like this happens,
this
they
whole
kind of
situation, excuse my language, is really fucked up, to be honest, because my child did not hurt her baby, neither did this is just a messed up situation.
Okay.
I'm flabbergasted how it just keeps escalating, and I'm just.
And I fully understand your frustration of that part. You know, it seems like it's a traumatic incident already.
Close that bathroom door.
It's a traumatic incident already for you guys. I know you guys are going through a lot, but for us, we kind of have to follow procedures because a lot of this is very traumatic. And
I'm trying to find it back because I gotta take clothes back up. So
no, you're fine. However, we're just trying to figure out kind of what happened and just rule out any possibility that your daughter or her boyfriend or husband
boyfriend.
Okay, boyfriend did anything. So basically, right now, this is kind of like a
Do
check
you
in the
mind
box for
can
us.
I get my kid's dad on the phone? Get Keely's dad on the phone because he's at the hospital.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, so. Okay.
And my house, because I get up in the morning. That's what she does every Wednesday.
Okay.
And so she dropped him off. He was perfectly fine, happy baby like he normally is.
Okay.
I got him out of his car seat. He was dry. So I didn't change him. I fed him his bottle.
Okay.
And he's smiling, normal kid, like he normally is.
Yeah.
And after I fed him his bottle, he peed, of course. So I changed him. And then we sat in the rocking chair, turned on some white music, and just rocked him like I normally do. And he went back to sleep. So I put him in the playpen.
Okay.
Like I always do. And I swaddled him.
Okay.
Because he sleeps better. And I kept the white noise going.
Okay.
So I turned on the TV because it kept me busy because I won't go to sleep with him,
Right. No, I understand.
So I had her there too. She's in her room sleeping with the dog. I got her up, she was getting ready, and as she's getting ready, I'm taking care of the baby, feeding him again, changing him, whatnot, and he's normal, and no crying, no fussing, just normal, you know. And fine, and I got him loaded, I put him in his car seat, we left about, I think 7:30.
Okay.
And got in the car, took her to school, she sat in the back with him, talking to him, singing to him, which is funny. Anyway, singing to him, and he did really good and didn't cry, just jabbered like he normally does, and dropped her off at school. And then I went and got a new one, like something like this, to put him in. So I have one at home. Picked it up at Target, and Kaylee called me, said she was off, so I said I need her here.
Okay.
So I came here.
Okay.
I called D. He didn't answer the phone, so I figured he was sleeping. But he had actually texted me in the midst of all that, just to see how his baby boy was doing.
Okay.
And I tried calling him back, but he must have been already asleep.
Okay.
So I tried calling him when I got here. He again didn't answer. So I just waited in the car until she got there, got in the back seat with him, and took him out of his car seat, and held him and just, gave him another bottle. So that's
what time was that at that you came back to drop her off?
probably about between 8:30 and 9.
At night?
In the morning.
Oh, in the morning. Okay.
Sorry.
I'm good. I know how long you
I'm just trying to keep these times in my head.
No, for my records.
Like just trying to process everything, because this is
What
just
was the question? Where were you at in the timeline?
8:30, 9 o'clock when I got over here. Wasn't that about right? Because we called you, right?
I talked to you guys 9:30, so.
Okay, so because I was already here for a while before we called you.
Yes, I was on FaceTime with you guys at 9:30
Okay.
to about 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay, so you probably got here around like 8:30ish.
FaceTiming with you guys.
All right, so I might have told him wrong then when I left.
Okay, no, you're fine. Like, so you basically came here around like that
I'm
time
talking about the
frame.
social worker because I'm trying to keep the time straight in my head because this is all like trying to keep all these dates and times right in my head.
No, you're fine.
But yeah, I was.
We're talking about Wednesday.
Yes, I know, but I'm make sure the time of when I left here. They had to have been a little after 10, after we were done talking with you. When I left here after we got the phone with you, because Kaylee went to lay down with him, because I stayed here to help her for a little bit so she could get herself together.
Okay. Okay. So you got
so-
here around 8-ish. You made a FaceTime phone call with him around 9-ish. You left around 10-ish when Kaylee was
A little
on
after
the
10, yeah.
Okay,
So that
yeah.
she and then she
When
went
she's
and
all
lay,
settled
she
down
went
and
and laid
everything.
down with him and whatnot. And Dee was laying in bed and went down and they laid down and whatnot.
Okay.
And then I left.
Okay.
Not sure.
You had already left around 10 o'clock at that point,
Mhm.
and then
And I had just checked in
you were texting her or calling her throughout
Yeah.
like that time frame.
until she went to work, and then I had texted Dee, and Dee had said that they're doing good.
Okay.
That was sometime after 2, and they were doing fine. That he was getting ready to lay him down for a nap, and last I knew. So I mean, as far as I knew, everything was fine.
Okay.
Because when she left,
So then,
yeah, because she was off early, and to him that was early, I
Okay.
guess. So.
But you were already here.
I
with
was
the
here.
child?
I was in the parking lot at 8:30, and I had checked her location, and she was. I knew she was on her way. She said I wasn't far, Mom.
Okay.
So it was about 8:45 when she had pulled into next to me,
Okay.
and I had taken him out because I didn't want him to sit in his car
Yeah.
seat.
No. Of course.
So I took him out, and I got in the back seat with him, and just sat there and we talked. And
Yeah. Then you guys just like came
I gave
inside.
him because he didn't take all of his bottle, so I gave him
Okay.
the rest of his bottle.
Okay.
So
And you guys came inside and you
mhm.
kind
I
of like
carried
chilled
him-
out a little bit.
I carried him in, and she carried the carrier, and
Mhm. Yeah. And then you left around 10 o'clock.
a
You
little
said.
after 10.
Okay. And then you received a phone call from her later that night at like at 6 o'clock around those hours.
I got a call from him,
From him.
from Dad,
Okay.
and then Kaylee called me shortly. Like I was talking to him when Kaylee called me from the ambulance.
Okay. And then Brandon, you're Kaylee's dad.
Yes.
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
I'm gonna sit down.
Yeah, no, you're fine. But I should have told you if you could have sat down earlier. Sorry about that. Kind of standing for a bit.
Give him the phone so I can be face to face.
Yeah, that works.
That works.
All right, Brandon. So, like I kind of mentioned before, I'm not sure when the FaceTime started as far as kind of why we're here. So we got the DCFS report earlier in the week saying that there was a child that got basically transported from this residence, and then the parents are involved and everything like that. So we then got informed today that the child's going to be brought to Peoria. Like I'm sure you're already aware of that. And now, the things aren't good for the child. So DCFS and local law enforcement, when it comes to anything like that, as far as child life or anything like that, we have to investigate. So I'm not saying that anyone's in trouble or anything like that. We're just trying to get the facts at this point. We're the fact finders right now. So as far as criminal charges, there aren't anything like that. I'm just trying to piece together what happened. So
Yes, sir.
that's why we're here. I want to give you guys a clarification on that one. We're just finding out
I know,
information.
I'm sorry, I'm tired, I've been really
Oh, no,
stressed.
Yeah, we haven't had much sleep.
Yeah, like I talked to Andrea before. Like I understand this is a traumatic incident for you guys. I know all you guys are coping in your own
Trying
various
to keep
ways.
everything straight too. It's
Exactly.
Just, when you're exhausted, it's
And
hard.
And trust me, I hate being the guy that's asking you guys the same question 100 different times.
And that's fine, and I've got phone calls and I've got call records too, when you'd be at a certain place if that's ever needed.
Okay.
I've got it in my phone. You can have both the phone record and see when calls were made if you need it. You can have locations. I mean, whatever we gotta do because I want
we
this,
kinda
I
all
want
track
to get
each
to the
other.
bottom of this and figure
Okay.
out how things have happened.
Okay. Well, Brandon, I appreciate that. How about I get some simple information right now? Brandon, what is your last name? No, you're fine.
There's so much stuff to remember.
No, I understand. You guys are probably all over the place like that too. I fully understand
I'm
that.
not lying for anybody, and I'm gonna tell you every detail I can remember.
Well, I'm
Okay.
not gonna lie either, but I just honestly forgot that.
Okay. I think
But I mean,
that's
it was no physical. It was
okay.
just a
Yeah,
little
just kind of like a
argument
little couples
that I
argument,
just-
like
yes,
always.
that I just didn't like, and
Yeah.
because there's times when they'll argue in front of me that they wouldn't say in front of her, in front of him,
Mhm.
and that's just certain things that I will say. She don't like me telling her dad things. Well, listen, there's certain things that he needs to know,
Mhm.
and then there's certain things that can stay between mom and daughter.
Right. No, I
But
get
that
that.
was something that needed to be said to him because he listens to him more on certain things than he doesn't.
No, I get that. I think that's all my questions I might have for you guys right now. Now, Brandon, I understand you're at the hospital. Kaylee seems a little bit kind of frazzled right now. If she wants to like kind of talk to me, so I can kind of like give her my whole spiel about like no one's in trouble or anything like that, it might come off a little bit better. Hi, Kaylee. This is Detective Brosnan with the East Moline Police Department. I'm with Officer Decker. So, like I told Andrew and Brandon, so no one's in trouble. I want that to be known. No one's in trouble right now. So basically, we got contacted by DCFS about like the whole incident between your son being transported to Peoria. So whenever there's an incident like that, we're required to investigate. So we're like I said, we're just here for the facts right now.
You knew that we were going to have a detective contact us. Remember that?
Well, yeah, but they originally told us, I thought they were going to come up here and talk.
So that's also going to go with my spiel right now. So I am not going to talk to you over FaceTime or anything like that. That's not going to be my part. We do have two. Okay.
What happened?
No, she's waiting for me,
I
but
hear you now.
okay. So we do have two detectives that are going to come up to Peoria to talk to you and talk to. Is Dee there as well?
Yes.
Yeah, he's here.
Okay, so they're gonna just talk to both of you guys. Just basically more or less. Well, I kind of interviewed Brandon and Andrea for all the same questions, maybe a little bit more, and just kind of get the facts together of what we have right now.
Hey, wait. What's going on?
Sorry.
Sorry, my son's heart rate is jumping.
Okay.
No. But Kaylee, I just want to make that real quick. I can let you go, and then you can get back to the situation. Because I understand you have a lot.
Okay, thank you.
No problem there.
I'll call you back, honey. Okay.
Okay. All right, Kaylee, can you still hear me?
Can you still hear him?
I can hear you.
So, Kaylee, like I said before, I'm just kind of giving you the peace of mind as far as like what is ultimately going on right now, because I know you have a lot going on, and with different like agencies being involved as far as DCFS and then police, I know you're kind of in the dark about a lot of things. So I'm trying to be as transparent as I can, just letting you know that, hey, I'm talking to like basically everyone I can in the residence. I talked to Andrea, I talked to Brandon, because obviously they were there. I'm then going to keep talking to like the neighborhood as well. Maybe they, just kind of canvassing the area, see if anything's out of the ordinary. We're doing that just for documentation purposes, because right now, no one's in trouble or anything like that. But when an investigation like this happens...
You're talking to our neighbor?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I mean, we don't really talk to anybody.
Yeah, it's just going to be one of those, like, has ever been, like, kind of like anything out of the ordinary conversations or anything like that, just so we can say that we did our part.
Okay.
And then there are going to be detectives coming down to speak with you. So they should be that. I want to say they left probably around the same time me and my partner did.
Oh,
so maybe
they're coming today?
yes. So I want to say like maybe within like 45 minutes, 45 minutes tops at this point.
I don't know. They have to like have a pin, I think, or does that not work since it's police?
Honey, I think. with it
I
being
think we
police,
might bypass that little step there. But yeah.
She's just used to because they told her everything has to be.
Yeah, I get that when it comes to Peoria because things are obviously a little bit crazy there. But yeah, Kaylee, I just want to let you know as far as like my side what was going on because I don't want to leave you in the dark. I want to give you some answers because I know right now you really need answers. So the only thing I can answer is what we're doing right now.
Do you have a card?
I know he has a business card. He is my note guy, but I can write down like my name on that card as well. Decker, do you have a card?
Yeah, I do. I'll have to write on.
I'm gonna get their card and their name.
Yep.
Of both Kaylee.
And then if you guys have any,
tell Brandon I'm getting their name of both of them and their number. Okay.
and if you guys have any questions or anything that kind of arises that you feel like you want to tell either myself or Detective Decker, don't hesitate to reach out.
So when you got here, do you have a key for the apartment then?
Me?
Yeah.
It's a passcode.
A passcode? Okay.
How to get in here? You mean?
Yeah.
I actually
She just
called.
gives you-
I called my daughter and had her on FaceTime to tell me how to get in here.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. And then, was the apartment like this? Have you cleaned anything? Have you touched anything? Nothing?
All
Okay.
I did was come to get clothes.
I gotcha. And then, about how long have you been here?
Probably about 10 minutes for you guys got
10
here.
minutes.
Oh,
before?
wow.
Okay.
We really
Like
did just catch you.
literally, you guys got me off guard. I thought I was just like, because I was in there just getting clothes together, and it's literally left the way she left it. All I was
Okay.
doing was trying to find her bra and some shirts for Dee.
Right.
I gotcha.
So and then I was looking for a bag, and I couldn't find a bag, so I borrowed a garbage bag. Okay.
Okay.
or neurosurgeon, and I'm the ICU physician. So at times it takes time to develop. Could it be days or could it be weeks? But again, there should be always a threshold. Even one time an injury occurs, not necessarily that's the first time. Sometimes it can happen, or sometimes it could be a repeated thing where there's more volume. So the head is like a kind of fixed box. So whatever blood or whatever comes in, and it's going to create pressure. That's what we saw it on the first CT scan when the kid came 2 days ago. So
you had the emergency craniotomy.
yeah, so the kid could have died otherwise. Yeah, there was absolutely there was nothing else. Yeah. That intervention couldn't have done timely. Yeah. So
when did that happen?
2 nights ago. 2 nights ago. This kid came on second. So I'm just covering for the nights actually, so the entire unit. But again, I still know this patient.
From my understanding, when he arrived here, he was wheeled right into the OR.
Yes, right away. Because by the time people was blown, meaning there's so much pressure that brain is telling that, hey, I can't deal with this anymore. In fact, so I had to open that up and relieve the pressure. That was a life-saving surgical intervention, actually, I would say.
Hi again. Do you mind if we? Hi, Andrea.
We're doing a prayer. Hold on.
No, you're fine. Do you mind if we step in real fast?
He's been a boomer since he was born.
Sorry, we're just doing a
No,
prayer.
you're fine. We can wait a little bit before we interrupt.
The police are back. I'm about to find out. Hold on.
If you guys want to do your
We
prayer.
already just did it. We just got done.
So Andrea, so like I said before, you know how we're kind of investigating this whole thing. Like we said before, no one's in any trouble or anything like that. We're just kind of following procedures at this point. So at this time, we're getting a search warrant for the residence. Just seeing if there's. We're just gonna come inside. We've already been here before. Couldn't document anything that was out of the ordinary.
They're getting a search warrant for the residents.
For what?
So at this point, it's going to be anything that would allude to any physical harm that the child could have experienced. So it could be basically as far as like anything as far as blood, any bodily fluids or anything like that. So we're just here right now to just kind of do our part. We're getting the facts of it.
For what?
So like I said, Kaylee, so it's going to be for like any blood, bodily fluids or anything like that.
Well, somebody keeps running off with mine.
It's a good toy.
Just that and pets. It's my stepdaughter.
Alright.
All right, thank you.
No, I
Thank you,
appreciate it.
Andrea.
Appreciate it.
I will just be out in my car.
Okay.
I have a black Tacoma.
Alright.
Thank you.
Wait, do you have the black Tacoma out there?
Yeah.
The new, is that the 2024 one?
Yes.
I do like that one. I'll tell you what, I get
I'll
one.
tell you what, I've been getting a lot of compliments on it.
I'm just scenario.
I had a really bad day.
If something bad happened like accidentally, that doesn't make a parent disappear.
I know, but all this looks really, it's intimidating to children this age. These are kids. It's intimidating my children.
Okay.
It's intimidating to them. I can handle myself.
No, I try to make things as least invasive as possible because I told her my #1 priority right now is to make sure that I have all the information so that the medical team has the information, because if something happened accidentally and a parent is afraid to say.
Yeah, I'm not afraid to tell you guys anything. If somebody did it, if I thought either one of them did it, I'd sell them down the river. If I thought either one of them did it, because my #1 goal is protecting that kid right there. That is my world. I text my daughter Snapchat every morning, and his nickname is Squish.
That's what she told us.
And I go, Squish, what are you doing? 3 in the morning, I'm at work. I go, Squish, what are you doing? Are you having a ball? Are you being nice to your mom and dad? Meaning, he's not keeping them up. My daughter, within 10 minutes, always texts me back with a picture or a video of him, so I know he's doing okay. And it's all, nothing against Dee, but it's usually my daughter caring for him. And that's what I do every day. I text him at 3 in the morning, and then throughout the day, periodically, I do the same thing. Just because he's everything, you know, to me and his grandma. But it's been a very stressful day, being told that I'm the only one that can be in here now, otherwise nobody else can be in here.
Yeah.
That is very stressful.
And I'm sorry that wasn't done from the get-go. It should have been, and then I got this, and we were like,
But why are we making that decision?
So
Because I have to explain it to my daughter's mother.
it's very simple, super simple. our timeline from that day, going back 24 hours, identifies 3 different people who were in contact with this kid, and because we're at the very beginning of the investigation, we do that to just be super safe.
Okay, but my wife wasn't with him that day either, and she's been taken off the list as a supervisor.
Your wife.
My wife.
I don't necessarily agree with that.
Yeah, my wife, I was told that your people told them that my wife was off the list and I was solely the only one that could be
I
the
think
supervisor.
they might have told the wrong person that time.
Because
Yeah.
my wife
Is
was
it-
originally made one, but my wife usually has them Thursday and Friday mornings till he picks them up.
Oh yeah,
You have an ex-wife?
she should.
What's that?
You have an ex-wife?
Well, Kaylee's mom is my ex.
Okay,
My wife, Kaylee's stepmom,
okay,
is another caregiver, Stephanie Rossler.
okay,
That's my wife.
okay.
We'll sort that out later. My protocol is that anybody who was in a caretaking role in
That day.
you know, that day,
Yeah.
and maybe the immediate day prior.
I haven't seen him since Sunday.
That's what I was told, and
Yeah.
I want to hear from you. Take my own notes
Okay.
because every investigator's different.
Right.
So, and I also want to make sure they legally did what they needed to do too. So when he came up here, and I don't blame him if he didn't do these things because on-call will do the bare minimum.
Okay.
Did he legally tell you what the allegations are and how this works?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so, no.
You guys have never had a DCFS investigation before, you're
No,
obviously new parents, so it's not as scary as it sounds, okay?
Okay.
I know this whole thing is scary,
Yes,
but
ma'am.
DCFS is not as scary as people may have made it seem, okay?
Okay.
So what happens is we automatically get phone calls for head injuries, that's
Yeah.
just a get-go. And then because of that, they automatically have to be called.
Understandable, yeah.
That's a big thing.
Yes.
So we always have to interview, we just, here's a long way away, we're here together, interview you once.
Right.
Together, do it all together. So, when we get a call about a kid being hurt,
Yeah.
they apply allegations. An allegation is not, the initial allegation doesn't have to be what it ends up. It's just, this is the information that we have, this is what we want you to
Okay.
investigate. So, originally, what was added was head injuries by neglect.
When we woke up, we was watching TV. She put TV, like a cartoon movie on for him to watch, and we all watched it.
Okay.
I just know all Monday, and plus Monday night or Monday evening, tonight, we was all just chilling in the room, just
Okay.
hanging out. And Tuesday,
Mhm.
I slept all day until 9:45 because I had to work Tuesday night.
So here's the thing, here's what we're looking at here. We're getting this information, we're getting the facts from the doctors. Okay, they're the ones that are telling us what they're seeing. The only thing that's not checking out is what led up to cause these types of injuries. These types of injuries don't just occur accidentally.
Right.
And that's what we're trying to figure out right now, is that something happened more so than what you're telling us. Okay? We know that you're omitting information. You're not telling us the entire truth. Okay? Here's what I think. I think you're telling us part of the truth. Okay? And in this line of work, people tell us these little bits of information. Okay? Oftentimes, people tell us 70% of the truth. Okay? I don't care about that 70% of that truth. I do care about it, but it's not the most important little bit of information that we have, okay?
So I just shook him, hard shook him, like 1 or 2 times, hard shook him. Just calm down for me, just calm down. And he wouldn't calm down, so, and I just rocked him. He was just like, he was calm, but like he was still crying, but in that calm voice. So that's when I got the patient around, went in the kitchen, grabbed a bottle of water, and went back in the room. And laid down, he was still, like, when I laid down in bed with him, like he was still crying, like all that, like he was still crying. So I rocked him again. I probably shook him again, just one time shook him, like, come on, baby boy, just come on, just go back to sleep for me. And then went off from there. Like I rocked him, and then he finally went to sleep. But I think by rocking him too much, that's how he got his
So did he continue crying after that, or did he stop?
He stopped.
How much time passed between that point and right there, the second time that you shook him? How much time passed between that and when Kaylee got home?
About an hour or so, an hour and a half.
And did he cry at all at that point in time?
No.
Did you look at him? Was he conscious and was he breathing normally?
He was breathing normally, yes. He was breathing, yes.
Okay. Was he looking around?
Yes, he loves to look around, yes.
We get a search warrant on this and we download the contents of the phone, okay, based off the investigation, okay? Generally, when we have the passcode, things go a lot faster for us, okay? So we get the download and we collect that data, and then generally it's, you know, depending on how things go, you know, you'll be able to get your phone back after that, okay? But it just depends on the investigation, how things go, okay? So I'm not going to make any promises right away that, you know, you're going to get it right back, okay? But it just makes life a little easier, you know, for the okay?
Do you have any questions for us right now?
No, sir. Anything at all? No, sir.
So what's going to happen, we're going to walk back over here with you, okay? And then we're going to take off everything, all right? Appreciate your cooperation.
I'm sorry for lying. I'm sorry. I'm just scared. I'm nervous.
The 23-year-old father was charged with aggravated battery of a child, a Class X felony, following his arrest, and booked into the Rock Island County Jail. No bond information was provided. Want to watch more videos like this one? Click the one on the screen now.